Greetings, Gambia. I am Musa Jada from Dada TV 24 on Canvas and Chords that aims to actually ask artists about their lifestyle, their preference, and then their musical career. And then we are having one of the superstars, prominent individuals in the arena, right with us here. Guess what? Hussain Dada. Hussain, you are welcome to Canvas and Chords.
Thank you so much for having me today. It's a pleasure. It's an honor as well. To everybody watching us on Dada TV, Hussain Dada, Alfungala Hussain Dada Lebijambi. It's about to go down. It's about to get interesting. So y'all just stay tuned and watch out.
We are profoundly grateful for having you, Hussain. To start with, who is Hussain? We want to know Hussain. Hussain Dada, Hussain Dada. It's a name that is resonating, and then it is actually echoing the loudest sound in the musical arena of the Gambia. So we basically want to know who is Hussain Dada. Who is Hussain?
Well, I'm saying that I'll just say short. It's a simple guy, great personality, open to whoever and or whenever. A family man.
Okay.
One who always try to see what actually he can learn from other people.
Okay.
In a simple form. That's just who I'm going to define or define myself as.
Okay, great. So where do you hail from? Where are you born and then grown up? Which schools have you attended? Just a little biography of yourself towards the musical arena.
I was born in Banjo.
Okay.
Back in 1994.
Okay.
July 17.
Okay.
And then I was in Banjo till when I turned 4 years or 3 years old. I'm not very sure because I was very young to know.
So you are a Banjulian?
Yeah, so that's when we migrated to Sokoto.
Okay.
Even though still our Banjo home is there, which is now a place for people that will come and rent, tenants and all of that. But then ever since I moved to Sokoto, that's where I've always lived. Yeah.
Right.
That's where my family lives till date. In 2020, I moved out, to go see what life is like, standing on your own and stuff like that. Okay. And from here and then, we just chopping it up.
Yeah, that's great. Nice. Hussain, which schools have you attended in the Gambia?
Well, actually, I attended Bethel Nursery.
Okay.
And then I did my primary in Victory Gospel Bakote. Bethel is in Banjo.
Okay.
And then I stopped school after grade 6.
You stopped school?
Yeah, because I went to boarding school, Quranic recitation, Hafiz.
Okay.
So I was there for a year. And then I came back. I didn't do junior school in English.
Okay.
Yeah, I went to Tadamun Arabic school. And then I did my grade 10 in Charles Follis.
Okay.
English school. And then I graduated in SOS.
So you were an SOS product, no wonder.
Yeah.
Okay, that's nice. So what inspired you? Because from the narrative, I understand, and from which I just have made, I understand you've gone to an Arabic school, and then you've gone to English school, so you have the dual knowledge, both Arabic and then English. And then what inspired Hussain? What makes Hussain to become an artist? What is it behind that inspired you, that pushed you to becoming an artist?
Well, I've always had passion for music.
Okay.
I've always loved music. I've always listened to music even as a kid. That's why most of the people that knew me from way back, people that are close with me, it wasn't a surprise to them that he's an artist now because they know the love he has for music and cramming songs as a kid, just listening to songs and that. But the inspiration comes from a family member who used to do music, Mnezo, shout out to him.
Okay.
Yeah, so he used to do music and he lives in the same compound as me. So I always used to go there, see the way, he does music, he doesn't write rhymes. He just creates songs in his head. Okay. So that kind of helped me to developing my freestyling skills. Okay. Because even before I started writing raps, I started as just freestyling. Okay. Yeah. So from freestyles, that's when it developed, and then I started writing rhymes myself, and that's what got us here. So the inspiration came from.
Okay, shout out to Emizul. And then when is it that you started writing songs? And then
that would be back in 2010.
2010.
Yeah, 2010 was when I started writing lyrics even though they wouldn't mean much.
Okay.
But it all starts from somewhere.
Exactly.
So that was the starting point for me when it comes to the musical journey, and then from there, bit by bit, start developing.
Okay.
Yeah. So then, when I started music too as well, I started music in high school.
Okay.
That very year, no, 2011.
Okay.
Yeah. So when I was doing music in high school, the pressure kind of came that, like, from family.
Okay.
Why you doing music? So in 2013, I had to leave.
So family was not in support with you going to music?
Not at all.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so I had to leave music in 2013.
Okay.
Because then music was in a career. It was just fun to me.
Okay.
Yeah, we were just doing music just for the sake of fun.
Okay.
We weren't performing at shows, only school shows and that. Yeah, so I came to tell myself that I don't think there was a future in this for me. So if the family, if my mom is actually so against it to this point, I just had to quit. So I left music 2013, 14, 15, then 16 was when I started music.
2016? Okay. So you left music and then come back to it again?
Yeah.
Okay. So what inspired that? What motivates that?
Well,
I mean, you leaving and then coming back into the arena.
Well, coming back, the difference between coming back and then being in it in school was that this time when I was coming, I wasn't just coming to do music for fun.
Okay.
I was here to do music to actually make something out of it.
Okay.
So I have this friend who's an artist now as well, Problemo.
Mm-hmm.
He used to talk to me about it, like, let's do a project. Let's come and do a project, like,
right.
So I was like, all right. The whole idea was we're gonna come and do one project and then leave.
Right.
That was the whole deal.
Okay.
We're gonna come do one project. Nobody's gonna know it. The family.
Okay.
These are things that you deception to fool yourself.
I understand.
Like when we came in 2016, we did a record called Burger featuring Mass Murder.
Okay.
It was a remix of a song that I did back in high school.
Okay.
But more professionally, more quality on this one.
Okay.
Yeah. So when I did the song, it had a lot of traction.
Okay.
People loved the song. Oh, this guy, he has something with him.
Burger, right?
Yeah. So when we did the song, people appreciate the song.
Okay.
So families start, in the house.
Okay.
Here and there, words start coming out. Right, this guy's doing music again and stuff. The pressure start piling up again. Second song came, third song came, and then we did a show.
Okay.
We did a show.
And this time you are into it professionally?
Yeah.
Okay.
We did a show in Sukuta. That was my first ever show.
Okay.
In Sukuta La Parada.
And at that time, what was the coverage? I mean, how were tickets going on?
Yeah. Tickets were $50 each for that show.
Okay. And how was the turnout of people?
It was great.
Great.
It was super great.
Great.
Yeah.
It was the comeback moments of Hussain.
Yeah, because it wasn't me coming back in the industry. I wasn't gonna come here to wait for people to give me validation.
Okay.
I wasn't gonna wait for somebody to tell me you're doing good for me to be able to pull up a show.
Okay.
So when I was coming with full confidence.
Okay.
Like I was so confident, like this, I want to do it 100%.
Okay.
You see, so when I came after 3 months was when we did. 4 months was when we did the show.
Okay, that's great.
And La Parada was choked.
Great.
No, it was so great show. So after that, it boosted my confidence, because had it been that show was a flop, it would have killed my confidence at some point. But the fact that the show was very good, everybody that came, they enjoyed maximum. So that kind of gave me more confidence that, okay, even the pressure is there, but still, so I want to do this. So
great. So as at that time, like family actually happens now, because it spread out. It ran out.
know, and the pressure was more than even before.
Still did not want you to venture.
Yeah, it was more.
But now you're getting in love with it.
Because me, when I say family, like I came from a very big family.
Okay.
So we have the elderly and we have the younger ones.
Okay.
The younger ones, they always support my stuff.
Okay.
That's why there are people that will tell me that you don't even need fans to come to your show.
Sure.
Your family can sold out a whole show. So the younger ones, they're so supportive.
Okay.
And they've always been supportive as well.
Great.
So but then for the older ones, it's always been difficult.
Okay.
But then the most important one of them all is my mom, because that's my mother.
Yeah. Sure.
So up till date, she's not with the music thing.
Okay.
But she knows that this is what he wants. so I have to respect it.
Exactly.
So that's the page we are on.
So to draw you back just a little bit, having gone to school, graduate, and did what? What was it that you were doing before actually focusing fully onto music?
Yeah. So after school, I never furthered the education part.
Okay.
So after school, I started working at this bed company. It used to be Winners. I think now it's Be Winners.
Okay, Be Winners. Okay.
Yeah, but it used to be just Winners then.
Okay.
Yeah, because like I think they were collaborating with some outside company.
Okay.
But now it's just an individual company.
Okay.
So I was working there for like I think a year.
Okay.
So till the government shut it all down.
Okay.
Because I can remember back in 2015, the government shut down the whole bed stations in the Gambia.
Okay.
You know, so after that, that was the reason why I came back into music, because like after that I wasn't working and I was just sitting, you know, so that's when this idea of this whole music, coming back to this music came about.
And then 2016 you are back, you hit a show at your own hometown.
2016, early 2016, because I can remember till date, the first single I released was on the 10th of February.
Okay.
Yeah, 10th of February 2016.
Great. So what happened after that show in your musical adventure? What happened? Like,
well, after the show, things were a bit difficult financially, you know, because from a $50 show, you're not gonna expect more, you know. So after that, we were having financial issues. So it went to a point that these financial issues actually made me wanted to be like, let me just quit this music, because is there any future?
So music is expensive.
Very. So like, it was this day I was at Max's. I was just performing.
Okay.
Because Max's, you know, the owner Mohammed, you know, he's a cool guy. So he normally organized these shows that Gambian artists would just come and perform.
Okay.
So I was just Max's. I was just performing. Then there was this Nigerian guy that came from nowhere, starts splashing money left, right. Okay. I was like, what is going on here? Yeah, I've never seen something like this. So, but then when he splashed the money done, after the show, I couldn't meet him.
So he vanished.
Yeah, no. So me and the team were like, how can we meet this guy? We don't even recognize his voice. I cannot, if I see him, I cannot even tell who this guy is.
Okay.
So Mike Dada did a show at Alliance Franco. I think it was some state album launch. I think that was the album launch. So when Mike Dada did the show, I went there. The same Nigerian guy met me at the backstage, but this time he introduced himself as I was the guy from Max's,
okay,
who was blowing money on you.
Okay.
So he was like, if you impress me here, I'll blow you more money.
Good.
And then he gave me his card this time. You know, the other time, I didn't get his card. So this time around, I got his card.
So that is what he valued to you at the time. Oh.
Yeah. So when I started performing, this guy had to spray me money that they had to tell him to stop.
Okay.
You know, they had to tell him to stop, bro. You trying to ruin the show, because there was a lot of people coming on stage to grab the money.
Okay.
So after that, I reached out to him, linked up with him a few times. So he ended up signing me. So that kind of actually lowered the burden on my shoulders.
So you were under his level.
Yeah. Back in 2016, from August, which I think it was around August that we signed the contract.
Okay.
So I was at that level from 2016 till 2018. Was when I stopped working with the label. Okay. Yeah, but the label had to come back. Okay. After 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, I started working with them as well till 2022 with them. Okay. Now I'm just
so actually the time your work with the label stopped, what happened? Like, what actually happened in your musical scene? Because then there was financial burden, and then a label come, it was supportive, and now the label have gone. So what happened after that?
So when I said financial burden in 2016, that was a minor, because you just started.
Okay.
But when the label left in 2018, the financial burden that came was the major one.
Okay.
So as an artist, I could say that was my darkest moment as an artist.
Okay.
That was my point that I went and left music again mentally. Like, no, in the head.
Okay.
I've already left music because I didn't see a comeback to that. You know, 2018 was a very, very dark year for me.
Okay.
So I was dealing with a lot of mental like depression, anxieties, like everything was just shooting up at the same time.
Okay.
So it went to a point that I was like, bro, is this the end of life for me? Like, is this, you know, because I wasn't seeing a way out.
Definitely.
Like every day there's another problem coming that's bigger than the one that came yesterday. So I knew this friend. His name is Bizzle, Baila Buddy.
Okay.
You know, so he always used to give me courage.
Okay.
So there was this time Chanta was like to me, like, you know, let's go meet Bizzle and talk business with him. So when we went there, we talked to him, and he was like, yeah, I'm willing to step in, you know, as your manager. You know, so when he stepped in as a manager, you know, we start picking up the puzzle a little bit. So 2018 coming into 2019, things start getting a little bit better.
Okay, and then 2019, we very well understand. From 2018, you deal with anxieties. I'm coming having battle on your team, and then 2019, we understand there was a pandemic.
Yeah, like, and exactly.
So what happened? Like after 2019, what happened to Hussain? In that moment.
So in 2019, coming into 2020, because let's say the pandemic is more of 2020.
Yeah, exactly.
2019.
Okay.
So 2019 was just me refining myself again.
Okay.
You know, becoming somebody new again.
Okay.
So because I used to tag team with Chanta, as like, we're not a group, but we used to do most of our projects together, most of our shows. But in 2019 now, we both started doing solo songs and all of that.
Okay.
So the whole of 2019, I think I only released 2 songs in the whole of 2019.
Okay.
Just I was trying to just find myself back. So coming into 2020, the pandemic was a bad year for the whole world.
Exactly.
The pandemic was like a bonus for me in some way.
Okay. So that is it. Business environment.
Yeah.
One could tell, like, there are external factors, and external factors are dual. They come in 2 ways. It is advantageous to some other people, and it becomes disadvantageous to.
So the reason why I said the COVID was like a little bonus for me was my peers before the COVID were way ahead of me.
Okay.
You feel me?
In the arena,
yeah. My peers, people that you could actually compare me with, were so ahead of me before the pandemic. But when the pandemic came, what actually happened was that shows stopped. Nobody was doing shows.
Exactly.
Everything.
It was a freezing moment.
So in that freezing moment, I had a song called COVID. Like I did a song
Corona.
Corona. When I did a song for Corona, it had a lot of traction.
Yes.
A lot of attention came towards the song. So then, since the pandemic came, there wasn't a lot of artists became a little lazy. So in that lazy moment, I was starting to, like, you know, pick up from where I actually left firing. Yeah. So with that fire, it was like your peers were like this, but they just woke up one morning and you were almost close to them.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's what actually the pandemic actually did for me.
Great. And then that was in 2020.
So, yeah, 2020. So
2021, you understand.
So in music, in general, I could say 2 years. I could mention 2 of the years that were my best ever years as an artist. Will be 2021 and 2023 musically.
Okay.
Musically, 2021, 2023. Because 2021, this was the first time I traveled. Just early 2021. You know, that's when the label came again.
Okay.
So I went to Dubai.
Oh, okay.
You know, it was like everybody was just sleeping together. I didn't tell anybody, just people super close to me.
So now it's international.
So like I was just, it's like people were just sleeping. One morning you just woke up, he's in Dubai. How? Where? How? When did he leave? We were just with him last night.
Right.
So from there, it was just shooting moment because now I knew it's time to grab what's mine.
Okay.
So I started working on my first album, which is Bad Boy Dada.
Okay.
You know, we worked on the album that very year, 2021.
Okay.
And like that show, I couldn't tell if it was more people inside or more people outside. Bad Boy Dada. Yeah. Okay. I couldn't tell if it's more people in Q City or than more people outside Q City.
It was sold out. It was a mega show.
It was crazy.
And that was your debut album, right?
Yeah, debut album.
Great,
but the debut album, like sometimes you can have a sense of feeling that this is gonna be huge.
Definitely.
Like for instance, right now we all know Antu's show is coming on the 22nd.
Yes, right.
It's like 2 weeks, 3 weeks ahead.
Okay.
But you could feel the intensity towards that occasion.
Yeah.
You could feel that, you know, it's gonna be something big.
Yeah, definitely.
You understand my point?
Yeah.
So like 2 days ago, 3 days ago, ST show.
Exactly.
You could tell before the show, you could feel like
it's gonna be a show.
Yeah, that's my point.
Yeah.
I did a show December 14th. Like normally when a show is gonna be big,
exactly,
you could tell
exactly the environment and then the
but for that 2021, it was crazy.
So we went and then they launched the Bad Boy Dada. What about that name, Bad Boy Dada?
Well, Bad Boy Dada was when I was working on the album. We were looking for names for like what name can we give to the album.
Okay.
And I was just sitting. I was like, I have this Bad Boy Dada name on my username.
Okay.
I was like, man, I can put this into a concept. So the concept was, just because you do music, society doesn't have to judge you as a bad person.
Exactly.
So that's what brought the Bad Boy Dada.
Okay.
You know, it was like the view of society and people based on what they do.
Okay.
Even though we know music mostly, people that rap preach about like drugs, women and stuff like that. But doesn't mean you have to generalize the whole thing.
Okay.
You know, he could be an artist and he's still maintaining being a good person.
Yeah.
So that's what brought the Bad Boy Dada.
So 2021, after from your arena, you used to call it Q City, Dada City. So after coming from the arena, like you understand 2022, again you come.
Yeah, 2022 we came again.
And 2023 you come.
We came in. And
2024 you hit.
We came.
So what keeps you flaming? What gives you, this tanzing momentum in the game?
It's just confidence. Confidence. And believing that your craft can actually attract people to come buy tickets and watch your shows.
Exactly.
Yeah, because mostly the first thing that kills an artist's career is losing self-confidence.
Okay.
And I believe most people in Gambia, this is what they lack.
Okay.
Most artists in Gambia, they lack the confidence in them, like self-confidence. Like, I can do this. And nobody's going to tell me otherwise.
Great.
So that's always been a problem with the Gambian music scene.
Thank you. If you are tuning right now, we want to take our commercial break and we'll get back to you in short time. Thank you.
Louder. Dada.
Stylish Pro on the Max.
Good Lord. Ninamirani kamifuma, ninamirani ya minkena, ninamirani kamifuma.
Guys, welcome back and thank you for watching. It is Converse and Chords with Hussain Dada right here at Dada TV 24. Hussain, continuing from where we've stopped, we all witnessed the mega show you did not long ago last year in December 14th. 2024 at Q City, and then it was sold out. It was huge. People were there. It was electrifying. The environment was just amazing. So, what inspired that album?
For the Louder album, what actually inspired it is the slogan of the Louder itself. Because like if you listen to most of my songs from International Local, which I did 2023, you could hear Louder in most of the intros. So coming into 2024, I was like, this year I didn't want to work on an album, to be honest, last year. But Stylish, he always just put this fire in me that like we need to work on songs, we need to work, So once he puts that fire in me, I'm like, yeah, no worries, then let's go for it. And that's how we always be going. So when I started looking for a name for the album, I thought about a few names, and then I thought about Louder. I'm like, Louder. Yeah. Louder. That's nice. It's gonna be fantastic. Man. People are gonna be feeling this 100%.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that's when we came up with the name Louder, and then when we came up with it, a lot of people they love it as well.
Yeah.
Because this Louder means just to be outstanding.
Exactly.
Among people, the silent people. So be the outstanding one. That's the only thing. That's the only way it could be.
Great. And you went to Q City. You shut it down.
Yeah,
that's your arena.
It was loud there.
After a Louder concert, there have been speculations on social media that ST become a boy. He have been your brother in the arena, and then you two have been doing great. You had a collabo, which is dope, and then it was an anthem in the musical scene of Gambia, Tanatera, which was anticipated. A lot of individuals who were audience as at that day, the other day, were expecting you both to perform that song on stage.
Yes, sure.
And for unforeseen circumstances, unfortunately, it couldn't hold.
Yeah.
And then after the show, right that morning, there have been a lot of speculations on social media regarding it. What do you have to tell people? What transpired? What happened until ST wasn't on stage with you, and then people are starting to talk anyhow on social media? What would you want to tell them?
Yeah, you know, like I always say, people are entitled to their opinions.
Okay.
You know, in cases like that, you will always find a way that people will actually talk. You know, because like that's what people do, talk. And then it's not about the people. I'm not worried about, because like they always have their own ways of thinking about things. But it's the blogs that will just take whatever it is and carry on with it. Because I can remember I was on stage performing when I started inviting the art, like different artists to come on stage and grace the occasion with me. I invited Young Epps was the first artist I think I invited.
Okay.
I cannot remember who was the second, third, but I can remember year before last when I brought Jizzle.
Okay.
The next artist that came after Jizzle was ST.
Become a boy. Okay.
Yeah. So this year when I brought Jizzle, when he came and he performed, ST was supposed to come next.
Okay.
But there was somebody on stage that was like, there are female artists here. Why not you bring female artists? Let you balance the thing.
Okay.
And then I brought Miss Jobis, I think. You know, when I brought Miss Jobis, I brought Our Gambia. So when I brought Our Gambia, the next artist now was supposed to be ST, was supposed to come.
Okay.
So that's when word came to me on stage that he had a toothache. You know,
it met you on stage.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Word came to me because like I was asking my guy who was coordinating the stage, like this is the person I want to come next.
Okay.
So he was like to me, like word came to him that he had a toothache. So it's really bad to a point that he cannot perform.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So that's how we left the premises. But like, you know, nevertheless, after that, the next day after my show, you know, if somebody came to your show and they were kind of sick and all of that, the first thing you do is to check up on them to see whether everything is fine.
Sure.
So that's what I did the next day of the show. Called and then like you know told him how's it going with your kid. You know, I hope you're feeling much better. He was like, yeah. And then he congratulated me on the show, and then we moved. After that, I met SD a couple of times. You know, that's my brother, that's my family. You know, it doesn't matter what people say outside. Me, I always like people to talk, because the more you talk about me, you're giving me more attention.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, people, there's no bad publicity.
Exactly.
As long as you're giving me publicity for free,
great.
That's free PR for me. So people are always gonna talk. So, like, that's not a problem for me. But,
so you cool with ST,
but 100%.
You solid with ST,
100%.
Hussain is solid with
I was in a show just like, if I wasn't cool with somebody, I wouldn't go to your show.
Yeah, Hussain was like that with ST. Okay. Talk about Hussain. Hussain came into the arena. He hit it in 2021, and down to 2024, he's at his highest height right now in the industry.
Definitely.
He's recommended, and we basically know always there are a lot of things behind the scenes. There are realities behind the fame.
Yeah.
While fans will see you on the spotlight, basically there must be things that may be happening beneath which they won't know.
Yeah,
so what are the challenges? What are the obstacles, hurdles on the way to reaching this far?
Well, you know, Gambian music is like a jungle. You know, you need to be very tough to know how to survive in an industry like this.
A jungle.
Yeah. What I always tell every artist is that move correctly.
Mm-hmm.
You know, move correctly.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're not living a perfect life. Mm-hmm. You know, we're not living a perfect life, but we don't have time to come on social media to tell people that these are the struggles we going through. You know, we just tackle it as man.
Okay.
You know, as a man, you face your own reality, and then you tackle, you know, the things that are needed to be tackled. So that's it. Like every time I give an artist advice, I always advise them to be themselves. You know, at all times. You know, don't wait for Hussain Dada to tell you you're good for you to know that you're good.
Definitely.
Because you believed in yourself. That's why you started the music. So why should you wait for anybody to give you credit for you to know that you're a good artist? So this is an advice that I always give to anybody out there that I'm giving advice to. Always tell you to be yourself and don't wait on nobody. You know, because the more you wait, the more you lose it.
Great.
So don't wait on anybody. Just do you and keep pushing forward.
Great.
You know, Gambian music is not easy. The support is very less from the companies. They don't come like that. If the companies were really working with the artists hand in hand, it would have changed a lot of stuff in the industry. And I always advocate for it.
Good.
But we're still yet to see a big change towards that part of it. But you know, slowly but surely, we're gonna get there, inshallah.
Slowly but surely, definitely. Understanding you being prominent in the game, you are somebody who actually is an inspiration and looked up to many. You understand? So, are there any avenues whereas you give back to the society, you help individuals who look up to you to uplift them in any kind of way?
Yeah, definitely. That's a regular thing for me. You know, even though most of it is not things that I showcase on the internet.
Okay.
You know, like it is. I just like to do something wholeheartedly and like, you know, for the sake of Allah, and then let Allah be the one to repay me. And then if I'm doing it for people to see, I don't want people to see to say this is what he did, like this is what he did.
Okay.
But so that people that are able can actually feel the sense that, oh, if he's doing it, I can do it as well. So mostly those are the reason why I would actually do it, so that people can see, so that others can follow.
So thank you for that. You know, you've actually explained from the narratives you gave me, you've explained a lot of hardships you've gone through before it becomes merry on your end.
Yeah.
And then now that it's merry, you already know that ground where it wasn't. And now you are into it. So basically you've gone through highs and you've gone through lows. You know the game. You are rooted into it, and then you are seasoned right now. You frame it. So what advice would you want to give to these youngsters that are in the arena and then they want to end Smith in it? What advice would you have to give them?
Well, my advice is that rush is not part of the deal.
Rush.
You know, rush is not part of the deal, because you know what? You need to focus more on your craft than focus more on becoming famous.
Okay.
Because you might have one song and you're famous, but can you maintain it? That's always a problem.
Definitely.
Yeah, so like focus on your craft.
Okay.
Make as many good songs as possible.
Okay.
So that if you have that one song, you're gonna have more songs to back it up with. But having one song and then it takes you for a whole year, then the next year, what are you gonna give the people?
Okay.
Nothing. And so focus more and have that confidence in you. That's all that I ever tell anybody that's seeking advice.
Is Hussain always available to give a helping hand? Because we understand a lot of young artists used to get to you and you used to give them collabos. So are you always open? Do you have an open door policy for these artists who wants to have collabo with you or what? Because I think it's one way to actually upbring them.
Yeah, definitely, because like if we don't do it for them, who's gonna do it? So that's why like every time they come, I listen to the song, I like it, you know, unless I'm very busy. But if I have time, like, you know, just look at how many collabos I've given over the years.
Yeah.
It's uncountable. It's too many.
Yeah, great. That's nice. So, among all the songs you've sung, what is your favorite song? Because me, I want to ask you personally to give me a freestyle on my favorite that you sang though. So, what is your favorite? I want to know that. Among all the songs you sang.
Favorite Hussain Dada song. I don't know, but if I'm gonna say Katrina.
Katrina.
Yeah, I want to say Katrina.
Why Katrina? Why?
Yeah, because like I would say Katrina in a sense that like the creation of the song, you know, the way we created the song, and then like it comes with a lot of memories. You know, every time I listen to Katrina, it's one memory coming. You know, it's like, so I definitely give it to Katrina, to be honest.
Okay, mine, I don't know what's the title, but it's Ningamira.
I was thinking, because like if I'm gonna say top 3 of my songs that like
that is inspirational. That song is inspirational.
I would say Katrina, Levelo, and Bye. Those are 3 songs of Hussain Dada that. Oh, and I realized, sorry. You know, this is 4 songs that like are always just gonna be a masterpiece to me. You know, I realized by Katrina, and then the Levelo. Yeah, those songs, they're here to be for like generations to come.
Hussain, thank you for having you on Canvas and Chords with Dada TV 24. It's a pleasure. We are grateful for having you, and then we just want you to give me that freestyle I just said, and then we do a cuttings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nina mira nyil yamen kenna.
Ring, 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 ring.
Nina mira nyil coming from. Nina mira nyil coming kenna. Nyil man to like, nyil man to like. Wala tinam fanam me like, no my bro.
Ikaw mo
Nyil man to like, nyil man to like. Wala tinam fanam me like, no my sister. Ko level ole falinta. Alini mira ole tije.
Okay.
Ko level ole falinta. Alini mira ole tije. Farmaje.
Falma la fi Hussain de Hussain
Farman la bigaje.
Falma la fi Hussain de Hussain friends in Jangi.
Yeah man,
From grassroots to grace, you know.
yeah man.
So there is no shortcut. The advice here for the upcoming artist is you just be you and then
work hard.
trigger towards it. Thank you. It's a pleasure having you.
Thank you so much for having me as well.
Yeah.
It's a pleasure.
Louder. Dada.